of what is known as the equal time rule. Now, CBS is arguing, and as they did in that statement that we covered here last night, that they did not prohibit Colbert from airing the Tallarico interview, but instead provided options on how to comply with FCC policies. That's the statement that Stephen Colbert himself took issue with last night.
I said my piece last night. We made some jokes. It's what they pay me for. And I was ready to let the whole thing go. Until a few hours ago, when my group chat blowed up because, without ever talking to me, the corporation put out this press release, this statement. Between the monologue I did last night and before I did the second act talking about this issue, I had to go backstage. I got called backstage to get more notes from these lawyers, something that had never, ever happened before. And they told us the language they wanted me to use to describe that equal time exception. And I used that language. So I don't know what this is about. For the lawyers to release this without even talking to me is really surprising. I don't even know what to do with this crap. Oh, hold on.
I'm joined tonight by CNN's chief media analyst, Brian Stelter, who's been breaking news on this broadcast battle. And Brian, I think one question for you, given how closely you watch what Brendan Carr says and how he's articulating their policies, is what stood out to you about him denying that he had any role in this today?
Yeah, I've been in touch with Carr today, and I think he's playing a clever game, or at least he thinks he's clever about this. He's able to say, look, I'm just enforcing a rule that's on the books. This is a rule that was passed by Congress nearly 100 years ago, at the dawn of the broadcast age, when black and white TV was just being invented. And that is true. It's been on the books for almost 100 years. Carr's predecessors basically ignored the rule, didn't really worry about it. He's saying they were wrong, I'm right, I'm taking it seriously, I'm protecting the unique power of broadcast TV. And it just so happens that by doing that, he's punishing left-wing shows that are famed for having Trump critics on the air. That is the context for this. And, Carr today is right when he says, I didn't do anything. I'm just sitting in my office watching this happen. That's true. He didn't have to do anything because CBS acted in advance. Timothy Snyder, the author of On Tyranny, calls this obeying in advance. CBS took its action in order to avoid regulatory scrutiny. They don't want the spotlight, and we've seen a lot of that from major media companies in the past year.
Well, and because of your reporting about what's going on with this investigation into The View, Carr was actually asked about that in an interview tonight, and this is what he said.
Disney has a program called The View, and they've been asserting the position that The View is what's known as bona fide news in the statute. If you're bona fide news, you don't have to give candidates equal airtime. But Disney and The View have not established that that program is, in fact, bona fide news. We've started an enforcement proceeding taking a look at that. And again, we're going to hold broadcasters accountable. The days that these legacy media broadcasters get to decide what we can say, what we can think, who we can vote for are over.
I mean, some people might hear that and say, well, that's not, no one's really, they're not deciding based on that. There's access to so much, out there because of the internet and just the day and age that we live in. But what do you make of how he articulated that?
Number one, Carr is winning with an audience of one, right? Speaking directly to President Trump through Fox, he's done that many times. Number two, these rules do seem obsolete in the YouTube and TikTok age. But Carr's argument, as he has said to me, is, look, broadcast is still special because it's using the public airwaves. And that is true. And people should care what's on the public airwaves, even though it's a shrinking slice of the big media pie. But I think this is all really about power, using regulatory power to reshape the culture in ways that Republicans want. And it's easy to see where they're coming from. Growing up, Johnny Carson, Jay Leno were relaxing shows to watch at the end of the day. But now late night comics are much more provocative, much more political, and for the past decade, very staunchly anti-Trump. So this rule, this is a way for the Trump administration to try to even the playing field a little bit. But there's a cost here. Government intimidation comes at a cost. In the words of one famous TV host recently, quote, we need less government regulation and more freedom. Let the American people decide where to get their information from without any government interference. You want to know who said that, Caitlin? A little guy named Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity said that. Why? Because he doesn't want to see these equal time rules applied to conservative talk radio. So far, Carr is saying he's focused on TV, not radio. But technically, these rules apply to the broadcast airwaves of radio as well. And you have to wonder if a Democratic president might want to use these equal time rules for the radio in the future.
Well,